Have you ever really truly stopped to think about the cost, the profound, sometimes terrifying cost of power and legacy?
A heavy thought, isn't it?
It really is. I mean, imagine inheriting not just, a shiny crown, but centuries of old feuds, maybe a family curse.
And a brother twisted by dark magic.
Exactly. How would you even begin to navigate something like that? It's just a
He
mess.
bosses, not mine.
And that's precisely the kind of complex, really emotionally charged territory we're plunging into today on the deep dive. Our mission today is to take an intense journey through Chapter 9 of The Night, Full Moon. It's this incredibly captivating fantasy saga, It details the Atamera Empire, its royal family, who are both valiant and, let's face it, deeply troubled, and these ancient evils that are constantly threatening their whole existence.
And this chapter 9, it's a big one.
It really is. It's titled Legacy of Shadows, The Bloodline's Burden. And that title says so much. This isn't just another plot point. It feels like a real turning point in the story.
Absolutely, it's pivotal.
We're going to try and unravel these incredibly complex layers, family secrets held for generations, the sting of just profound betrayal, and these deep, really unsettling connections that tie the fate of the entire Atamera Empire to this malevolent force.
And the key here, the real twist, is that it's not some external enemy battering the gates this time.
No, it's through its own bloodline. The threat is internal. So prepare yourself, because we're about to explore some raw, gut-wrenching emotions, some genuinely shocking revelations, and just the immense, almost crushing weight carried by the people right at the heart of this conflict.
What makes this chapter so remarkable, I think, is how transformative it is. Like you said, it's way more than just moving the plot forward. It's this profound reveal of the why.
The why behind the chaos.
Exactly, the why behind all the turmoil we've seen building. Up until now, a lot of the threat felt, well, external, right? You had monstrous entities, dark armies, shadowy figures lurking just outside the borders.
Standard fantasy threats, in a way. Big but external.
Right. But Legacy of Shadows, it does this dramatic, very deliberate shift. It turns the focus inward. It exposes this deeply personal, familial betrayal right at the core of the Empire's struggle.
And that makes it so much more painful.
Infinitely more. It makes the conflict incredibly intimate, agonizingly personal for the characters. And, by extension, for us reading it, this is the moment where all those threads we've been tracking, power, prophecy, dark manipulation, they finally converge.
With chilling precision.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exposing this hidden truth that's so fundamental. It honestly redefines everything we thought we knew about the Atamera Empire and its enemies.
Okay, so speaking of hidden truths, let's start our deep dive in a really grim place. The chains that bind.
Zarvok's present.
Exactly. When we talk about captivity, what really holds someone prisoner? Is it just the cold iron shackles, or is it something maybe far more sinister, far more insidious? We begin with Zarbok's imprisonment, and the description just immediately hits you with this atmosphere of overwhelming oppression, total despair. Tell us more about this setup.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The narrative doesn't ease you in. It plunges you straight into Zarbok's confinement. Deep within the royal dungeons, a place described as mercilessly cold, endlessly deep.
Not your standard cell, then.
No, definitely not. It's explicitly called a fortress within a fortress. This isn't just for holding a criminal, it's specialized containment, designed for a threat so dangerous, so formidable, that they can't allow even the slightest interaction with the outside world, not even other prisoners.
Wow. Isolation taken to an extreme.
Totally. And the physical restraints are detailed with this meticulous, almost chilling precision. Unbreakable iron shackles, but not just plain metal.
No. What's special about them?
They're inscribed with ancient, potent runes, specifically designed, the text says, to drain his inherent strength.
Some magical suppression, too.
Oh, absolutely. And then there's the mouth brace, a cruel metallic brace also etched with silencing spells. The idea is to seal away any dark chance, any summoning incantations he might try. It's complete suppression, physical and magical autonomy, gone.
That's terrifying, and the condition.
Brutal. Clearly crafted to utterly break the spirit before it even thinks about resisting. His cell is described as a void. Oppressive, absolute darkness. So dense, so pervasive, it almost feels like a living thing suffocating you.
No light at all.
None. Not even a distant echo of sound from the outside world penetrates this tomb-like silence. The only break in the quiet is this rhythmic, maddening drip of water.
Oh, that would drive you insane.
Exactly. A constant, monotonous sound echoing off the stone like some kind of macabre heartbeat. and the air itself is heavy, unyielding, pressing down with this almost physical weight. It adds to the whole sense of entrapment.
So it's not just about keeping him locked up.
Not at all. This environment isn't just physical restraint. It's a meticulously engineered sensory deprivation chamber.
Right. And psychologically, what does that do?
Well, extreme isolation and sensory deprivation, they're known tools, aren't they? Not just for punishment, but for softening the mind, breaking down internal defenses, making someone incredibly susceptible to external influence.
So the prison might actually be making him more vulnerable to something else.
That's the chilling implication, isn't it? It suggests this isn't about eventual liberation or even just punishment. It might be about preparing a vessel, perhaps for a darker, more profound kind of control. The idea that a prison could be designed to make you more open to manipulation, it's deeply disturbing.
And that profound vulnerability, that prepared vessel you mentioned, that sets the stage perfectly for the real captor here, the unseen one.
The one who truly holds his mind.
Which Morbexa?
Exactly. Even though Zarvok is physically locked down, completely imprisoned, the narrative is crystal clear.
Right.
His mind is far from liberated.
Still a battleground?
A tormented battleground, yes. An internal landscape of suffering, utterly dominated by Morbexa, the sinister enchantress from Embercrag Island.
And this isn't new, is it? Her influence?
Not at all. It's insidious. It dates way back to his formative years, his childhood. He's essentially been her pawn, her instrument, since his earliest memories. His very soul, the text says, is tethered to her malevolent will through some dark, ancient bond.
Since childhood? That's horrifying.
It is, and the source really emphasizes how patient she's been. Incredibly precise. It's a long game she's been playing for years, just waiting for him to come of age.
For her ultimate plan.
Right. And that plan, stated explicitly, is to claim him as her own in a union that would unleash her full power.
Okay, claim him as her own in a union. That sounds ominous. What do we think that actually means in this context? It doesn't sound like marriage.
No, definitely not romantic. When you see terms like claim and union used by powerful sorcerers in fantasy, especially for power,
Yeah.
it often signifies something profound, almost terrifying,
Yeah.
a merging of essences, maybe.
Like a dark ritual, soul binding.
Could be. Or even a form of sacrifice, something that goes far beyond a normal relationship. It implies total subjugation of Zarvok's will, giving Morbexa access to his innate power. And crucially, his power is tied to his specific, potent royal lineage.
The royal blood. That keeps coming up.
It's key. Her ambition is described as unrelenting and cunning. She craves specifically the essence of royal blood to ascend to its full unholy potential.
So it's the blood itself she needs.
It seems so.
Mm.
And here's a really poignant irony, the deep tragedy for Zarvok. He doesn't see it. Blinded by her lies, intoxicated by promises of shared greatness, shared dominion, and he genuinely believes he's a chosen partner.
He thinks they're in this together.
Yeah, co-architects of some dark future. But in reality, he is, and apparently always has been, just a sacrificial pawn, meticulously molded, cultivated for her own ends. It just highlights the incredible depth of the deception, his tragic delusion.
It really does. It makes you stop and wonder, what is it about this specific royal blood? What inherent power does it hold that's so crucial, so potent, that she'd play this incredibly long, intricate, deeply personal game just to get her hands on it?
Is it a key to a type of magic? A dormant power line, a vital component for some world-altering spell? The text definitely implies it's far more than just symbolic. It's functional. It's necessary for her plans.
It's a chilling realization, the extent of her manipulation, that Zarvok is so completely caught in her web. And it gets even more significant, doesn't it? Almost cosmically so, when the source reveals this terrifying parallelism, a mirror image of events suggesting something much bigger is at play.
Indeed. The narrative really underlines this cosmic irony, and it does it with striking clarity. The source explicitly states there's a grim parallel that fundamentally shifts the saga's trajectory.
What is it?
In a grim parallel to the birth of Lucerina's child, Magnum Opuses, a beacon of divine power, Morbexa brought forth her own son, Malverin.
Wow, so on the same night?
On the exact same fateful night, two immensely powerful, diametrically opposed forces described as divine light and unholy darkness entered the world at the same time.
The godly and the profane.
The godly and the profane had manifested, the text declares, unequivocally setting the stage for an inevitable confrontation. This isn't just a good king versus a bad brother anymore.
No, it's bigger than that now.
Much bigger. It's a conflict fundamentally rooted in ancient opposing forces, embodied in the divine innocence of Magnum Opus on one side and the unholy darkness pulsing within Malvern on the other. It elevates everything from family drama to a cosmic struggle for the world's soul.
And how does Morbexa see this, Malvern's birth?
Well, with her dark foresight, she sees it as a triumph, obviously. It solidifies her dark legacy, ensures her bloodline continues, but at the same time, it's also a grim warning.
Why a warning?
Because her visions also confirm, without a doubt, Zarvok's capture, which is a setback.
Right. Her main pawn is off the board, temporarily at least.
Exactly. Yet, she finds this perverse kind of solace in knowing her bond with him, this dark connection, remains unbroken. Her magic, described vividly as a venomous river, still courses through his mind. It keeps his allegiance, his very essence, tethered to her will, even inside that fortress prison.
But here's the critical strategic point, right? Why she still needs Zarvok.
Precisely. Her dark force required Zarvok's presence. His royal bloodline was the key to her ascension. This isn't just a preference. It's a fundamental requirement for her immediate plans.
So Malvern isn't enough. Or not yet.
Not yet. Without Zarvok now, her grand ambitions would be disastrously delayed for decades.
Yeah.
She'd have to wait until Malvern, her contingency plan, came of age and developed the full potential of his shared royal and dark lineage.
So her immediate focus, her top priority,
is crystal clear, ensuring Zarvok's swift return. This really paints Morbexa not just as some chaotic evil force, but as a calculating long-game master strategist. She has a primary plan centered on Zarvok and his unique royal blood right now. Malvern is crucial, yes, but he's the slower path.
This urgency around Zarvok, even with a powerful son now in the picture, really underscores the unique power in that Autumnera bloodline, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. It raises fascinating questions about the specific immediate needs of her dark magic.
Right.
What can only Zarvok at this exact moment provide? What key does he hold that Malvern doesn't yet?
It's clear then her plans are incredibly intricate, far-reaching. So even with Zarvok physically locked away, her manipulation just carries on, reaching into his deepest psychological weak spots.
Unabated. And she uses a truly shocking new tool to do it, doesn't she?
Yes. The revelation of fatherhood.
It's a masterful stroke of psychological torment, honestly, and manipulation. Using dark magic, she bypasses the physical barriers of his dungeon, sends a message that pierces right to the core of Zarvok's despair.
And the message is simple, but devastating.
Devastatingly potent. He was now a father, and their son Malvern had been born. The vision she conjures for him isn't just a thought. It's described as vivid and haunting, a cruel flicker of light in that otherwise relentless darkness.
Imagine that, the suffocating silence.
Exactly. Yeah. That silence, designed to break his spirit, suddenly erupted in a storm of emotions by this single world-shattering piece of news. It's such a powerful, visceral image of internal chaos. His despair is shattered by this completely unforeseen variable.
And his reaction. How does he take this news?
It's immediate and profoundly disturbing. This revelation doesn't just land as information. It kindles a dark, unyielding fire within him, described as a love both twisted and powerful for the child he had never seen.
Twisted love. That sounds dangerous.
It is. This isn't pure paternal affection. It's a perverted version, polluted by Morbexa's influence. His thoughts, still bound to her will, are now flooded with these compelling visions of her and their new son.
And she reinforces it.
Constantly. Her voice echoes in his mind, described as seductive and commanding, wrapping around him like this unbreakable chain of dark compulsion. She reaffirms his new dangerous purpose with chilling clarity.
What does she say?
Zarvok, my king, you are a father now. Our son Malvern carries the blood of royalty and the legacy of power. Together we will shape the realms of light and shadow in our image.
Wow. That's a mission statement.
It's a crucial pivot point for understanding Zarvok. He's no longer just a madman driven by generic evil or a simple lust for power. He's now driven by this deeply perverse sense of love, this twisted destiny, all meticulously fueled and shaped by Morbexa.
So his motivations are now tied to Malvern.
Inextricably, his raw love, untamed ambition, and the burning promise of vengeance are all linked to Malvern's existence. It gives the bloodline's burden a terrifying new dimension. It's intensely personal now. It transforms him from just an antagonist into this tragic yet deeply dangerous figure.
And looking bigger picture, Morbexa's goals seem huge.
Oh, absolutely. That sinister smile on Embercrag Island when she whispers, soon Soon, my king, you will return to me. Together, we will unleash the destiny our bloodline demands. That gives us this chilling, expansive glimpse into her ultimate long-term goals.
It's not just revenge for her mother, Nithra.
That's part of it, clearly. But this is bigger. It's about achieving universal domination. Through this potent new bloodline, the union of Morbexa, Zarvok, and Malverin.
The destiny their bloodline demands.
That destiny sounds like more than just a change in leadership. It implies a total, fundamental reshaping of the realms of light and shadow. Not just beating the current rulers, but a complete overthrow of the cosmic order.
What kind of dominion is she even thinking of? And how does Malverin, with his mixed bloodline, unlock that?
That's the terrifying question, isn't it? How does the combined blood of royalty and the legacy of power in Malverin unlock some new, unprecedented level of might for her? It hints at some ancient power dynamic about to be completely upended.
It paints a truly horrifying picture of what's potentially coming. And all these revelations, all this simmering evil, it all converges in the heart of the chapter, doesn't it?
The confrontation.
Yes, the raw, emotionally loaded confrontation between the royal family and Zarvok down in that dungeon. This isn't just good versus evil anymore, it's family tearing itself apart. So how do you even start to confront someone you love when they've been twisted into this?
It's a scene of just immense emotional weight, truly harrowing power. We see Queen Mother Cassifor, already burdened by grief, by maternal duty. She resolves to face Zarvok.
She feels she has to.
Yes, and King Ibericon, her son, his gaze described as resolute and filled with protective concern, he insists on going with her. He won't let her face this nightmare alone.
Their journey down there must have been awful.
The description makes it palpable. Dimly lit path, flickering torches casting long, eerie shadows that seem to dance with their own fears. The air gets colder, thicker, this silence thick with foreboding, just amplifying the tension.
And the gates.
The iron gates groaned open.
That sound, guttural, drawn out, echoing through the stone. It's like the entrance to hell itself, revealing the darkness Zarvok now lives in.
And once they're inside, Ibericon, with his decisive, urgent gesture, immediately orders the mouth brace removed. Instant tension spike.
And Zarvok's reaction.
For one agonizing, incredibly brief moment, there's this startling vulnerability. His eyes actually soften. Tears, real tears, stream down his face. He whispers, almost too quiet to hear, "My brother, my mother."
Like the old Zarvok is still in there somewhere.
It seems like it. He even says, like a desperate plea, "I didn't kill Lucerina," and denies invoking Apophis. "I never tried to invoke Apophis for such a thing."
So is that real? Is it him breaking through, or is it manipulation?
That's the critical, deeply ambiguous question, isn't it? Is it a genuine flicker of his true self crying out? Or is it a highly sophisticated ploy by Morbexa, a way to sow doubt, exploit their love for him, disarm them psychologically?
The text says his eyes softened, which sounds sincere.
It hints at sincerity, yes. But the shift that follows is so abrupt, so violent, it leaves it hauntingly ambiguous. It feels like a masterstroke of psychological warfare for Morbexa.
What happens next?
Before they could even process that moment of vulnerability, the horror returns. His eyes cloud over with ghostly white smoke, a visible sign of Morbexa's presence. His voice changes, becomes guttural, otherworldly, not his own. And this cruel, echoing laugh erupts from him.
And he admits it.
Admits everything. "It is me. I summoned Apophis," he snarls. The declaration is chillingly explicit. This is Morbexa speaking through him, fully manifested, reveling in her control.
How do Ibericon and Cassifor react to that?
Ibericon, despite his own turmoil, stays unflinching, jaw tightening, barely suppressing his fury. Queen Mother Cassifor, though you know her heart is breaking, stands with this incredible, unwavering resolve, refusing to be broken by the poison coming from her son's mouth.
And Morbexa pushes it further.
Yeah, yes. Using Zarvok, she taunts Cassifor directly, "I will ruin your kingdom." A declaration of war, not just on the crown, but on her personally. But Cassifor's pain here, it's not just for the kingdom. It is overwhelmingly for the son she had lost, the son standing right there, yet utterly unreachable.
Then another shift happens.
Another jarring, disorienting shift. Zarvok's eyes suddenly clear again. His voice softens, almost plaintively. "Mother, I am a father now." Oh, twisting the knife. Using Malverin again.
Exactly. It's Morbexa, reminding them of this new, dark lineage. A calculated move to confuse, demoralize, inflict more pain even in this horrific state.
And Ibericon sees through it.
Immediately, he shouts, "Stay back, mother!" A protective reflex, warning her against Zarvok's insidious shape-shifting manipulation. These constant rapid shifts, vulnerability, malevolence, sun, monster, they're designed to play on their deepest emotions, break their resolve, sow doubt and despair. Morbex is using him as a precision instrument of psychological warfare.
Twisting family bonds into weapons, it's truly masterful in a horrifying way. And then, amidst all that torment, the real reason, the shocking motive behind everything Morbex is doing, it finally comes out.
Yes, this is the absolute linchpin of the chapter, the revelation that changes everything. Kisiphora, summoning this grim resolve, confronts the entity possessing her son. Do you understand what you've done?
And Morbex answers. Oh, she answers. Fully manifested, booming through Zarvok with terrifying power. I know exactly why I am here. I will rule this world. My bloodline is unstoppable. And then comes the chilling ancient truth.
The reason for all this.
Your father, King Arcalion, rejected my mother, Nithra. He betrayed her, enslaved her, and left her to die.
Wow. So this isn't random, it's revenge. Deep historical revenge.
A generational curse. This defines the bloodline's burden not just as a current conflict, but as this deeply personal vendetta stretching back decades, maybe centuries. It's inherited pain, a cosmic debt being called in.
That changes the entire dynamic.
Completely. Morbex's declaration solidifies it, strips away any pretense. Zarvok is my vessel. Through him I exact my revenge. I will fulfill my mother's wish and destroy your bloodline. It's a direct personal war against the very genetic foundation of the Atura Empire.
How does Kisiphora respond to that, knowing her own father is part of the cause?
Despite being utterly devastated, she finds this defiant strength. She counters, unwavering. You and your mother are agents of destruction. In the name of God, Adam, we will not let you prevail.
A declaration of faith against darkness.
Yes. But Morbex's final taunt, delivered with cold, calculating malice, is truly ominous. It hits hard.
What does she say?
It is too late. My son walks this earth now. The royal bloodline is tainted, and when he rises, the world will bow to us.
The royal bloodline is tainted. That sounds significant. What does that imply exactly?
That's the critical piece, isn't it? It ties everything together, transforms the threat. It implies Malveron's dual heritage. The royal blood from Zarvok, combined with the dark, unholy essence from Morbexa, makes him unique, profoundly dangerous.
So the taint isn't just moral corruption.
It might be more. Perhaps magical, inherent instability, a hybrid power that could be immensely potent but also uniquely volatile. Maybe his royal lineage, once a source of divine strength, is now warped, capable of channeling darkness in ways never seen before. He's an unpredictable, potentially more formidable threat than either parent alone.
And Morbexa's goal is dominion, absolute dominion.
For them, her new, powerful, tainted bloodline, a world bowing not just to her but to their dynasty. This just elevates the conflict to a new, desperate level. The very essence of the Empire's future is compromised from within.
So, with all these horrifying truths hanging heavy in the air, the fabric of their family, their kingdom just tearing apart, what's the emotional fallout? This is where that burden of their bloodline becomes truly agonizing, right?
Absolutely. The scene right after Morbex's chilling declaration focuses on Ibericon's barely contained fury. He is seething. You could feel it. He wants to lash out, strike at the source of all this pain, protect his mother, avenge his sister.
But he doesn't.
No, because Queen Mother Kisiphora, despite her own immense suffering, holds him back. A quiet, firm hand on his arm. Not now, my son. This is not the moment.
That takes incredible strength from her.
It's a moment of profound strategic leadership. She gets it. Reacting with raw emotion, however justified, would be unwise, maybe disastrous, against such a cunning enemy. It highlights that terrible burden of the Crown Duty's strategy over personal agony.
And Ibericon listens.
He does. His anger, described as burning like wildfire, is forced into patience. In that single agonizing moment, it's not just holding back, it signifies a real turning point for him, a forced maturity, compelled by the sheer weight of it all.
And then he has to put the brace back on Zarvok.
Performs that grim duty. And as he does, Zarvok seems to struggle, a visible tremor of resistance against Morbex's control.
So maybe.
It hints, doesn't it? A potential internal battle still raging, a flicker of the man he was. Maybe a desperate part of him can still be saved, or at least isn't entirely lost yet. It's a tiny, agonizing sliver of hope, perhaps.
And Kasiphora's pain, it must be unbearable.
Palpable, heart-wrenching. She stands motionless, just a figure of profound sorrow, silent tears falling. Her heart, burdened by the unbearable weight of a mother's love for a son lost to darkness, trembled with pain.
Does she feel anything from him?
The narrative suggests she does. It says she experiences his muffled plea resonating directly in her soul. Mother, do not leave me alone here.
Oh, that's brutal.
It highlights the tragic complexity of her love, a love clinging to impossible hope, even as she sees him as a vessel for pure evil. That internal lament, that yearning for her lost child, that is the core of the Bloodline's burden for her, a wound that duty can't heal.
And what about Queen Cantabria? Where is she in all this?
She's at the dungeon entrance, holding their infant son, Prince Magnum Opus, observing Ibericon's despair, the anguish on his face, and she realizes with crushing clarity that he has little hope left for Zarvok's redemption.
Her heart must break for him.
It ached, the text says, not just for her beloved husband, but for the fractured family, and for the kingdom that truly stood at the edge of chaos. This is a powerful, transformative moment for her. She might have been slightly outside the deepest, oldest family secrets before.
But not anymore.
Now she fully comprehends the depth of their anguish. The existential threat is her induction, really, into the full crushing weight of the 9.Legacy.
And then she does something symbolic.
Beautifully symbolic, yes. Powerful. She steps forward, breaking that oppressive atmosphere, and gently offers the baby prince to Cassifora. Simply says, but with so much meaning, Queen Mother, hold him.
Oh, wow.
Cassifora, hands trembling, takes Magnum Opus, cradles him like he's not just her grandson, but the kingdom's last, fragile beacon of hope. His innocence, his gentle smile, his pure, untainted essence. It speaks to her ravaged heart, whispers, do not despair.
He's a reminder of the light.
Exactly. In his warmth, his purity, she finds a flicker of strength, a fragile but vital reminder of the light that still existed amidst the shadow. A living testament that hope isn't extinguished. This moment, it just encapsulates the core theme here. Despite the overwhelming darkness, the burden of this cursed, tainted bloodline, hope for the future rests incredibly in the innocence of the next generation and in the unwavering, resilient love that still binds the family despite everything.
So bloodlines carry burdens, but maybe also salvation.
It suggests that possibility, yes. Ibericon sees them, mother, wife, son, united in hope and finds fleeting solace. But almost immediately, the chains of duty pulled him back to the grim reality of the war against evil that loomed ahead.
The burden remains.
Always. That tension between personal grief and royal obligation is his burden. And Cassifora's final words, though steeped in sorrow, are resolute. They serve as this powerful, almost prophetic transition, a stark warning.
What does she say?
The tide of destiny is turned, Heb unveiled calls, and the storm has only just begun.
Chilling. It confirms these revelations aren't an ending.
No, they're a new beginning. More dangerous, more personal than ever for the Empire. The stakes have just been raised immeasurably.
And what an absolutely transformative beginning it is. We've really unpacked the intricate, agonizing legacy of shadows gripping the Atumira Empire now.
We've covered a lot of ground.
We saw how Zarvok's imprisonment, far from being a win, is actually revealed as this calculated maneuver by Morbexa, a strategic step in her bigger plan.
A way to soften him up, perhaps.
Exactly. We understood how his twisted love for Malvern is now a new, deeply personal and dangerous motivation, binding him even tighter to her.
A powerful lever for her to pull.
And maybe most critically, we uncovered how that ancient grudge, King Arcalion's betrayal of Nithra, is fueling a generational war, threatening to consume the Empire not just from outside, but insidiously from within its own bloodline.
The past literally poisoning the present.
Right. And beyond the strategy, the terrifying big picture, we really felt the emotional weight, didn't we? The royal family's discovery, Queen Mother Cassifora's unbearable sorrow for her lost son.
Heartbreaking.
And Queen Cantabria's journey to understanding, culminating in that compassionate act with Magnum Opus, offering that fragile, vital reminder of hope. This chapter really deepens our understanding of the personal cost of power, doesn't it?
It certainly does. You've really seen how deeply interconnected this royal bloodline is with both the kingdom's strength and, paradoxically, its greatest, most insidious threats. This chapter makes it absolutely clear. Sometimes the heaviest burdens aren't the external attacks, the overt enemies.
No, sometimes they're closer to home.
Much closer. The profound secrets, the devastating betrayals, the dark destinies inherited from within your own family, woven into the very fabric of your lineage.
It leaves us with a really powerful question, I think.
Yeah.
One that goes beyond Atumira.
Definitely. Can you truly escape the shadow of your bloodline, its curses, its history? Or are certain destinies, especially those tied to ancient powers, personal vengeance, are they just inevitable, lying dormant, patiently waiting for the right moment to be unleashed?
It makes you think, doesn't it? How much of our own identity, our own fate, is shaped by the inheritances we get, both the ones we see and the ones we don't?
A profound thought to end on.
A question that definitely resonates far beyond Altamira, touching on fate and free will itself. Thank you for joining us on this intense deep dive into Legacy of Shadows, the Bloodline's Burden.
My pleasure. It was fascinating to unpack.
We hope you carry these insights and questions with you. Until next time, keep exploring the hidden depths of knowledge.